the industry, when it comes back to anywhere near like the kind of capacity we were at before 2020, is it going to be the same industry, Yves? I speak to many people in many different industries who say we're just not going back to how we were. If it's not going to be the same industry, what's going to be the big changes for you?
There will be for us two major changes, and we already embrace this change at Michelin through our strategy. The first one is the look for more durable material, and that's why we have invested, and including during the crisis, in some startups, for example, Enviro, which is a Swedish company with whom we are going to develop a factory to recycle mining tires from 2023. And the second, of course, trend that is an absolute no-brainer is electrification, mobility electrification. And from that standpoint, we have invested in the fuel cells with our joint venture with Faurecia, Symbio. And we have launched last year a new tire range, e-Primacy, which is focusing on the challenge from electric vehicles.
Yves, you've announced earlier in January some job cuts in France, 2,300 jobs there over the next 3 years. So can I ask you how these talks are going and whether you have talked also to the French government, because I know they said they were vigilant on those job cuts, and these talks are particularly sensitive in an electoral year, so we are less than a year before presidential election. So how are these talks going?
These talks are going as a plan. We have don't forget that this plan was not conducted by the situation of the COVID-19. It was answering to a structural competitiveness challenge that we were encountering in France, and that we have already diagnosed along with our social partners during the year 2019. We were initially supposed to launch this plan earlier in 2020. And we have postponed it because of the lockdown measures in France. And don't forget that this plan is made only of voluntary leaves, either early retirement or voluntary leaves, no factory closing, and it's built with our social partners.
You mentioned competitiveness challenges just now. So we know that the influx of cheaper tires coming from Asia has been a major challenge for you. We know that in March, we expect a final decision from US authorities on whether to put tariffs on tires from South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam. So what are you expected from this final decision? There's been a change of administration since then. So how confident are you that tariffs will come into place and therefore help you in this market?
The decision was made, of course, by the previous US administration, but all the signs that we have for the time being is that the new administration seems in the mood to confirm these decisions.